Alright, dear friends, peers, and professors, my name is Martin Vong and welcome to my Masterlab. Today I'll be talking to you about the virtual box. So let's take a quick look at our agenda. First, I will go through the purpose and why I chose this as my topic. I will go through with you the two parts needed in order to get you up and running. I will show you the installation, and last but not least, I will demonstrate a little bit of how it works. So why did I choose this as my master lab? As most of you have noticed, nowadays it is a Macintosh driven world and they have a high market share. The use of PCs is progressively going down, especially amongst students nowadays. But it is important to stress out that PCs offer a lot of functionality that Mac might be lacking. For example, a lot of the softwares that we learn and use at school, they run mainly on Windows. As a student, I found myself in situations where I wish I owned a PC instead, and most commonly, as all of us could relate to, is related to the Microsoft Office suite, which is Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. So let's look at an example. Here is what Excel looks like on a Windows with full functionalities and any add-ins. And here we have an Excel on a Mac. Now, as you can see, there's a number of differences. The differences are, for example, limited functionality. There's only that many add-ins you can put in. Pivot charts is not supported in Excel or in Mac, and that's only Excel, and not to mention that Access is not even supported on Macs, so you cannot use Access on a Mac, and that would become a problem when you get to ISOM 423 when you take the database course with Professor Zuharis. So what would the alternatives be for us as students when we need a Windows? Well, we could use the school computers, we could purchase a new PC, or we could purchase a virtual machine host. And a lot of professors will recommend purchasing parallels. But a lot of these are subject to some inconvenience. Using school computers requires you to be on the school campus. Purchasing a PC costs money, as well as purchasing a virtual host machine. All that costs money. Now, what I offer is a solution to the problem, and it is all free. And it is through something called the virtual box. Now, the first thing you need is the virtual box. You will need to download the latest version. What is a virtual box? Well, it is a free and open source hypervisor for computers, and it is provided to us by the Oracle Corporation. A lot of us are familiar with Oracle. We have used products from them in a number of our classes. Now, VirtualBox may be installed on a number of host operating systems, such as Linux, OS X, Windows, Solaris, and it supports the creation and management of operating systems as Windows, Linux, and so on. In our case, what we're going to be dealing with today is the Windows. And I've provided you the link down here where to download the VirtualBox. Now, the second part you're going to need is the Windows operating system to install on your VirtualBox. The operating system that we'll be downloading is an ISO file. What it is an archive file of an optical disk. I've provided you with a link down here. Now, the operating system is official, nothing is pirated, it's free, and it works very well on the VirtualBox. So let's go through the process now. Alright, the first part we need is the VirtualBox. So let's copy and paste the link into our preferred browser. Alright, this is the VirtualBox website. As you can see on the first impression, it is a little bit hard to navigate in. It is not too user-friendly. Maybe they should upgrade to Drupal. But after a little bit of digging around, we'll find the right pathway to what we need. And what we need is the VirtualBox 5.0.18 for OX, because I'm using a Mac right now, so I'll be downloading the VirtualBox for Macintosh. If you're on other operating systems such as Linux, Solaris, or Windows, you download those. In my case, I'm going to download the one for Macintosh. So you hit download, and it downloads. The file is about 85 megabytes. Might take a time to download, might not, depending on your internet speed. I have already downloaded it, so I'm going to cancel the download. The second part that we're going to need is the operating system, the Windows 10 operating system. So let's copy the link, which is www.microsoft.com/en-us/software-download-windows 10 ISO. Let's copy that link and paste it in our browser. Alright, so as you can see, this is officially from the Microsoft website itself. It is this is the website where you can download the operating system itself. So let's scroll down a little bit. So here you select your edition. We want a Windows 10. So let's select that, and we're going to hit confirm. Then it's going to ask you to select the product language. Depending on your preferences, there's a lot of languages offered, and for the sake of our project, we'll select English and hit confirm again. Alright, so last part is selecting the version. You can either select a 32-bit version or 64-bit. I recommend going with 64-bit because it's more complex and has more capabilities, and it is compatible with our VirtualBox. So we're gonna click that, and it will automatically start downloading. And the file is about 4 gigabytes. So again, depending on your internet speed, it might take a long time or it might be quick. I have already downloaded it, so I'm gonna hit cancel. So after you download both files, you'll need to create the VirtualBox. So after installing VirtualBox, this is the icon for it. You're gonna open it. So let me quickly just demonstrate what the end product will be like. This is the one that I've created in the beginning of the semester. So I'm gonna just hit start. Yeah, it takes a few seconds. And here we are. This is Windows 10 operating in a virtual box, and it is on a Mac. As you can see, it is fully functional. Everything's working perfectly. I have several applications installed on the Windows. I have Google Chrome, a few schoolwork things. I have also Excel installed on it. So it is all functional, it is all free, it's all official. So I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna save the machine state. So now I'm gonna teach you how to create your new windows on your virtual box. Alright, so we'll start with by clicking new. It's gonna ask for a name. You can name it anything you want. Let's name this Windows 10 ISOM 424. It automatically detected that it is a Windows, and we want to double check that it's Windows 10 64-bit. Alright, let's hit continue. Here is where we're gonna choose our RAM size, which stands for random access memory. Depending on your capabilities of your Macintosh, you can choose up to 8 gigs. I recommend with going 2 gigabytes, which is more than enough. Here we are gonna create our hard disk. So we do not want to add, we don't want to use an existing. We make sure you click on create a virtual hard disk now. Let's hit create. And we want it to be a VirtualBox disk image. So make sure you double click that again, and we're gonna hit continue. And we do want it dynamically allocated. Here we select the size itself of the hard disk. Depending again on your capabilities of your Mac, you can go up to 2 terabytes. Minimal is 4, but 32 is enough. It's defaulted, so I'm just gonna hit create. Alright, so we have created our new virtual machine, Windows 10 right here. The next steps we want to do is click on settings. We have the basic information, so this is what we enter in the beginning. We want to go into the system. Here we can change a lot depending on your preferences. Just go through it. We have chipset, boot order, extended features. I'm just gonna keep all this default. What we want to do is go to the processor, and here we choose our CPU. How much CPU, which is the central process unit. My machine has 4. Depending on your make and model again, you can choose how many you want. I would say 2 is enough for me, so I'm going to just choose 2. And last but not least, and most importantly, we go to storage, and down here when it says empty, we're going to click on it, and now we want to install the Windows 10 into this virtual machine. So let's hit the disk, and we're gonna do choose virtual optical disk. So select that and choose the ISO file that you downloaded from the Microsoft website. Mine's on the desktop, so locate where you have saved it and click on it and hit open, and then hit OK. And now everything is all set and we are good to go. So let's click on our machine and let's hit start. Now, some of you may be wondering, what about the serial number? It will ask you for a serial number, but do not worry about that. You can just skip that part and it will still operate just fine. I'll show you just right now. So here are the basic settings. Hit next. Gonna click install now. As you can see, the resolution is a little bit off right now. That's why I have to scroll up and down within the virtual machine. But that is something you could change in the settings. Alright, here we go. It's gonna ask for the activation key or the license serial key. Just hit I don't have a product key. And we wanna install Windows 10 Pro. And at this point, we'll want to hit Custom, Advanced, choose the drive you want to install it on. I'm choosing the one we created with 32 gigabytes. Click on that and hit Next. And now it's gonna install the Windows on your virtual machine. So after the installation process completes itself and you fill out some very basic information, the Windows will set up and you'll have your brand new Windows 10 machine working in VirtualBox. And everything's fully functional. You can install applications and whatever you need. So this concludes my Masterlab. Thank you again for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. And thank you again.